was, or what is, your biggest challenge with reading music? And how did you overcome it? Or how are you overcoming it?
So there's a couple of things that, and there's been studies about this, you know, playing in different keys with different accidentals, that is one of the most difficult things. So going back to the circle of force again, the circle of force forces you to play all the 12 keys and to think about those and to get them ingrained into your muscle memory. And when you do that, then you know, you're thinking about, okay, B major, 5 sharps, boom, here it is, and then I can play it. Whereas before, if you never bothered to go and visit B major, you don't know.
It's down there.
You don't have
it's on the other way up.
Yeah, you don't have a relationship with B major,
Right.
so you're not going to hang out with B major, and therefore when B major shows his face in the future, you're like, hi, hi, and then you go the other way.
It's like rock players playing D flat. They don't get around that.
Yeah. So that's one thing, is just really familiarizing yourself with all the keys and gaining that muscle memory by practicing slowly and building up the tempo. The other thing that is difficult about reading music, especially sight reading music, is rhythm. And so getting to know rhythm by sight, and just groups of rhythms. So if you see, let's say, a dotted A16th, studying that ahead of time and knowing what that sounds like ahead of time, plug that into whatever key you're in, and you see that, and you're like, I already know, da, 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 you know?
It's almost like the equivalent of reading words and sounding out every syllable rather than just looking at a word and being able to say the word.
Yeah.
Because most people, when they look at rhythms, they have to sound 1 E and a 2, as opposed to just going, just knowing what that word or that collection of rhythms sounds like.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Try to get to learn rhythms as a group rather than
as a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting having taught both vocal, you know, choir and band. You know, there's different thought processes on these things. Like, I didn't think about that as much when I started playing. You know, I thought about 1 E and I was analyzing each note and where it fit into the beat. A lot of choir students tend to learn groups of rhythms and patterns and sounds. You know, and there's so many different ways of teaching rhythm out there, and you know, Takadimi and Kodai and just all that stuff, and it's all great. And some teachers have a system where they plug in animal sounds, you know, the names of animals, you know, alligator, squid, sea turtle, you know, and when you know,
Right, so they see a rhythm and they just say
and they
that.
associate that
I do that
rhythm.
with quintuplets. I think university.
Yeah,
And
university.
I just plug that word, you know.
Yeah, I actually learned that from one of my students about a decade ago. He was a drummer, and university.
Very helpful.
Boom.
To just attach words
Yeah.
to the rhythms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.